Salutations everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play The Darkest Dungeon. I am your host, BrainBoy20. Where we had last left off, we had set a team out of, who were they again? Wakalicious, Bordakeen, Pippin, and Brabatangi to clear out another location for us, and they were quite successful in those regards, but they're a bit worse for wear. Well, honestly, I don't actually remember exactly what they were doing, I just kind of forgot overall. But we also have some very interesting things to get rid of. You have the worries, you have syphilis, and Bravatanki has acquired the Black Plague. Due to all this, we do need to shove everyone into disease treatment so they can actually be used again. For instance, the Black Plague can't really be left around. Similarly, syphilis needs to be removed. Bordakeen's gonna have to wait for her disease treatment, but she's not going to be a part of the level 3 squads for a while. In the first place, afterwards, Pippin, you need to go to stress relief, but I think you'll have to go to you need to meditate. Okay, good, the caretaker's not a complete dick waffle and refuses to actually let me use it. I could upgrade this any further. Nope. Anyway, who else needs anything? Karkadas, the new frontman, is stressed out. I mean, it's very honest. Like, it's very obvious to see why. Foster, I actually need to give you... I don't need to make sure any of your traits remain, because they're all bad. Warrior of Light is useful on you, though, considering I try to keep the torchlight above that degree at all times. Perhaps now would be a good, excellent time to... Don't know why I even considered it. Don't know why I even thought about it. For even a single moment, don't know why I thought about it. Hard-skinned is useful on you, though. Although you have to go to the front lines next, so we're gonna have to wait on that. Oh, by the way, Stagecoach, do we finally have the... Nope. Of course not. What can I do to upgrade you? I really should maybe get Stagecoach Network? Or maybe just a Hero Barracks. Well, no, what I should do is start making sure I get access to these heirlooms. Because I need, what, 12? So that's 4. Let's go. It takes a lot of deeds to do this, but let's get experienced recruits.
Great heroes can be found even here, in the mud and rain.
So now all future heroes have a chance of just being level 1 from the very start, which is useful because I can actually get them to upgrade their equipment from the get-go. Anyway, to the blacksmith, Karkadas, you're going to get some new equipment and some upgrades to your skills. Albert is definitely going to be dragged along alongside everyone else. So it's going to be Karkadas, Abko, Albert, and Ghislaine, who are going to be in the front lines. Abko doesn't need it, or doesn't need to be upgraded. Karkadas, we're going to upgrade your retribution skill because it's just so bloody useful for us. And you get an increased damage boost. Excellent. Now let's see, what skills do you actually use? Rampart, Crush, Defender. Ghislaine, you should be still fully upgraded if I'm... Yes. Same with Abko. We can get increased toxin trickery, but there's no point to it. And then Albert, do heat fortifying vapors, getting a healing boost is good. So, saith invigorating vapors protect me, and in case you actually need to deal damage. Alright. Trinkets, for some reason, get unequipped. And Karkadas, you're definitely good at man-at-arms type business. Your innate protection is nice and all that. Let us give you the slight eye patch, though, because dodge is better. Furthermore, you don't need to go first. You do not need to go first, but what you do need is increased damage. Although, Yeah, I can't make you go first in the first place, because you are a very tanky individual, so I guess we're just gonna have to leave you as is. Abco, on the other hand, will take Dismas's head, because she's supposed to be dealing the sheer amount of damage. And we'll get the reduction to any of her negatives. Oh yeah, I should have upgraded you to get fated. And that's gonna be stupidly expensive, but it's so helpful. That'd be so helpful. Aubert, Junior's head, Book of Sanity. Have fun. Have fun. That's all I can really say. Ghislaine. You need the well, you're gonna get the speed stone. It's right, normal speed, but you are the one that actually needs the high damage. So does Abco. I guess Karkadas doesn't actually... No, I want the high damage on him because Riposte when active is so helpful. At least for just spamming hits. So this just makes it so you have a negative to stun, but a slight plus to damage. Whereas Ghislaine, who doesn't actually need all his speed, can just run around with a legendary bracer. I guess that's a decent setup. We shall embark! And it's time to go boss hunting. Who do we wish to kill? The Brigand 8-pounder seems like it's just going to be a DPS race, but the Incolate Flesh also seems like it's going to be the same thing. Although the Focus Ring seems like it would be so helpful for someone. The Martyr Seal. I'm looking at the stats of this, and I want it. But I don't know anyone who would like to keep at Death's Door. And Sleeping Evil's Lie. Swift Cloak is not helpful. I don't feel like dealing with diseases right now, considering everyone's kind of overwhelmed. So here's what we'll do. The team will be brought together, and we are ready to provision. Now you have no negatives here, yet no pluses. No negatives, yet no pluses. No negatives, yet no pluses. You have a negative of Fear of Mankind, and then nothing else. Okay, let's provision. Well, we have a shovel right off the bat, which is always nice on the Grave Robber. Food, brought up traditional amounts alongside Torchlight. Now, since this is the Warrens, Skeleton Key is helpful, alongside Anti-Venom. No, Holy Water, definitely. Actually, we'll double up on Holy Water, because I'm fairly certain there's multiple uses of it here. And let us embark. I don't know.
My zeal for blood rituals and summoning rites had begun to ebb, as each attempt invariably brought only failure and disappointment. Progress was halting, and the rapidly accumulating surplus of wasted flesh had become burdensome.
And these are the remains.
The thing is more terrible than I can describe. An incoherent jumble of organ, sinew, and bone.
Well, we wish we could avoid tons of battles and simply go through a bunch of curios. But there's a room battle with treasure here. Although I think I will head up here just to give Karkadas a chance at disarming. Which will help his stress, considering he started off so heavily stressed. And we'll take the first room battle with Curio here. I wish to be choosy with these battles, as this is not the best possible team for the job. Not many of them have healing. What was this? Holy water? The holy water hisses and the hero feels wrong. Well, I guess that was the wrong option to select here. But this is the one that actually can get rid of a negative debuff, so let's figure out who actually can need it. Snow Reflex is a decent one to try to get rid of. I can get rid of God-Fearing to fix it so you can pray, but you actually have the most negatives of the bunch. But you actually have the most standard combat debuff. Well, I guess Unquiet Mind isn't that bad to remove. Doomsay. Of course, their team's gonna be faster than ours, and we have no real choice to avoid this. Protect me. That's actually not that good as of right now. So, we're gonna try... No, we'll just do a dodge buff right now. Just get ready for when we're actually going to get hit.
Unnerved, unbalanced.
Seriously. Well, we can at least start hitting the Swine Wretch, but this shot will go off on Abco, giving her a disease. No, you don't get diseases at this level. Thank freaking goodness.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
And you will just rampart him back. Maybe we can get a stun off, maybe we can get a move. That's exactly what I was hoping for. Although there's no riposte, riposte. Protect me, will you? You have a dodge of 2. Well, you can crit high enough to kill the madman, so we might as well take the shot.
Destroyed.
And take the shot indeed. Butcher's Cut goes off on Abco, but I can't really avoid this. I really would like to camp, though, to remove the negatives to dodge. Although a crushing blow would be not out of the question. Let's get the riposte going. So far, you actually have a protection rating of 35%, which is exactly what I'm looking for. A hook and slice on you would be fantastic. So this team should not be taking the damage in the first place.
Back to the pit.
Abco one-shots as usual. And we're finally dodging. Finally. Uppercut. Glorious. And crush him to death.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
We're already getting the antiques out the wazoo. This lasts until camping. We kind of need to undo some negatives here. And the known cheat quirk has been removed. That either gives a buff or removes the quirk. I mean, I don't have any scouting information here, so I will go down to the room battle with treasure, just because it also goes through several curios. This was anti-venom, if I remember correctly. I remembered wrong. We're not going to bother. These books could only hurt. Most because I don't remember what I'm supposed to use with them. Alright. To the next area. Why are you taking so many stress debuffs? It's annoying. Seriously. Then again, we are going to run out rapidly of our torches, considering how liberally I've been using them. Well, I guess it's ready. Get ready to start dodging. You don't get the chance, though. Can I one-shot either of you? Good chance of one-shotting the Swine Wretch. Drummer, less so. And I just can't kill you, so let's give it a shot.
Eradicated.
Good. Yep, you get marked. That's kind of what I wanted to avoid, so we're going to have to... Retribution. We'll hit the Carrionito with it. And let's make it a shot off. And even though there are 2 marked people, you'll still go for Abco. Although here's the one that I was looking for.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Hook and Slice doesn't help in this case. We'll mark him for death. You marked me, I shall mark you. Poison? Poison is actually not that helpful. Throwing a dart makes a lot more sense. Should I say throwing a target makes more sense? I still remember my mistake of saying that. I will keep going through with it. And you beat the drums of doom, but get smacked in the face in response. How about we don't? Oh, you can't hit him, can you? Oh, you can get close. And riposte will last for another round. I guess we'll finish you
Press
off.
this advantage. Give them no quarter.
One final shot should finish off the bunch. And we shall end our turn here. Well, end our turn. More of continue
Success
onward
so
from here.
clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Okay, so the boss fight's up here in this corner. You can either go to the room battle with Curio and Curio, or go for the guaranteed treasure. But there's Curios everywhere. I have a skeleton key for this. I'd like to wait in case we get the crit, though, which I believe we will. So let's just open it.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
So we have 3 battles here and 3 battles here in order to get to this Curio. Oh, might as well keep going. Stashed heirlooms are nice.
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies.
Don't know why you stopped there. I didn't see really a reason to do so. And there's some hunger that hits us. As long as we don't get hit 2 more times,
The
which
light,
should be good.
the promise of safety.
There's the Cutler, Fusilier, and otherwise. Get ready to dodge. Kill this man if you can. Oh, can the throwing dagger not hit him?
Annihilate.
Excellent! Exactly the one I wanted you to hit. And you're gonna shank Abco in response, but then who wouldn't shank Abco? Abco has been, like, as much as I don't really talk about Abco that much compared to, like, Carcadas, Ghislaine, Aubert, it's more of because Abco is just kind of the star of the show here. And let's see if we can rampart him down. Stun goes off. And let's mark him for death. Excellent. Protector. And we'll see if we can take you down. I didn't really expect to be able to do so. And now it's time for retribution. So close. It's just a little bit more damage.
Exposed to a killing blow.
Now, of course, you resist the movement. Never collected bounty. Oh, come now. Seriously? You're not fine.
Obliterated.
He'll stab you in the skull. And not your skill. The skull that appears whenever you're about to die. Clearly, that is what's happening in this case. If only your healing didn't suck balls.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Heirloom chest contains more
A
family
fortune
crests.
waiting to be spent.
Now onto more battles. We're not going to use the campfire just yet, in case there's like 1,000 battles between us and our opposition. Now onto this. We're going to... No, you know what? You know what? Protect her. Just protect her right off the bat. Get the increased protection to 50%. I didn't expect you to kill the swine wretch, but this is hilarious nonetheless. I can't hit you. Or maybe I can. And if it causes bleed, it kills you.
Precision and power.
Okay, he's a dead man. And now it's time for retribution. Let's see what you can do against this.
A death by inches.
You'll ignore him completely. They seem to crit a lot. There we go.
How quickly the tide turns.
Alright. Of course, one knife throw basically puts you at near death immediately. Festering Vapors actually deals a fair amount of damage for the Blight now, if I remember correctly. Yes, so this could kill you if the Blight goes off. And you are in fact a dead man. You as well.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms. Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Ooh, sapphires, sapphires. What do I not need? Healthstone's probably going to be useful here. I'm keeping the skeleton key for a good reason. Oh wait, here's what I can do. Go over here. Medicinal herbs. I didn't realize that actually hit that debuff as well. Apparently hits all of them. That is certainly helpful to know. I would have done that so much sooner had I known. But let's go. Protect me. And just start stacking it. Try to stab you.
Decimated.
Succeed. Succeed gloriously. And now you're gonna vomit on all of it.
Ringing ears. Blurred vision. The end approaches.
Stalwart. Hear me, brothers. I will redeem my debt. You seem to crit on Carcass an awful lot, but Stalwart apparently gives him... What does it give him? I'm just taking a look. It doesn't seem to say. He is under the effects of Stalwart, but it doesn't tell me. The resolve level, virtue... Oh, it just gives him a flat, like, ridiculous amount of resists. I have no problem with this whatsoever. In fact, let us retribution.
A devastating blow.
Now that is proper flanking. Why do you hate Abco so much? Can't be because Abco is the main DPS of the party, not at all.
The ground quakes.
We're just crit trading, aren't we? We legitimately...
A decisive pummeling.
I'm sorry, this is ridiculous. We're just crit trading. We're not doing anything fancy. We're literally just tossing a crit back and forth. Our cause unites us. Yes, it does. Now, if only you would actually die, but Repulsate might just kill you. We all know you need a healer.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
What is the scouting state? Do we find anything important? No, we don't find the room I was looking for. In which case, we're going to drop the key. Makeshift dining table. And on the assembled dining table, there might still be food scraps around. Leftovers from a previous
Wealth
dinner.
beyond measure. Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
And it is now time to camp.
A moment of respite. A chance to steel oneself against the coming horrors.
Oh, this is what the tapeworm does. It legitimately makes you eat more food. Well, interesting. So, on all things I need to do, we're probably going to use a snuff box on him to remove his disease. That's guaranteed to occur. Plan to take down would be useful. Oh, maybe this is how we do it. You could... You're not going to scrounge for a trinket. We're not going to get a resupply either. Weapon practice. All companions get... Huh. That's actually a really helpful ability. So I see what we're going to be doing here. The snuff box is definitely going to go off on Carcass to get the tapeworm cured. No need for gallows humor. We're at as low a stress as we could ever be. Weapon practice will definitely go off because the damage buff is insane. Plan to take down is for self only. Anyone else we got going? Well, yes, we're not going to do anything trinket related. We're actually going to use wound care because some people here are still very heavily hurt. You know what? because he's gonna be a big guy. We're gonna boost his damage to an insane degree. And then you will use wound care on Abco, as she's the one who desperately needs it. And then everyone may rest.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Let us march forward and see what we may find. Sack's contents are ours.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles, paid for in blood.
And you, in your infinite hunger, may eat the other 2 bits of food. Just make sure your health is close to topped off. But we are in decent condition. And so let's go fight the iconoclate flesh.
Squirming, contorting, and ever-expanding. This horror must be unmade.
I know it's just one beast. This is quite horrifying. So you have a protection rating of 70, so you're the tank. 30%, 30%. I'm just gonna want to hit you as hard as I can, because you have no defenses. So Invigorating Vapors is gonna go off. We're just gonna have to try to avoid taking damage in the first place. Sanguine Stroke. Oh, you heal. Undulating Envision. That's a blight if I ever saw one. Now, Poison Dart's on you. Another Undulating Invasion. But thankfully, this is exactly what I'm trying to do for the dodge benefits. And Defender, we're going to guard her, as she's going to be sitting in the back doing some protection. Bone Zephyr, but you miss because we have such a high dodge chance. And mark this one for death, will you? Well, you mutate. And moo. Oh, I see what's going to happen. Alright, I guess Poison Darts on you never hurt. We've already stuck with it. We're going to make sure you're taking as much damage as possible. And your veins may be on fire, but we're going to try to prevent this in the future. Maws of Life. How disturbing. And another Undulating Invasion. Well, I was hoping 34 dodge would allow us to, you know, dodge more reliably, but apparently that is not the case. I guess a Retribution is in order. Riposte triggers, you've been marked. Collect a bounty, will you?
Masterfully executed.
Excellent. And of course they swapped 2 bone walls in order to try to stop this, but fortunately for me, that still leaves this one quite open. And your blight is up to 12. Invigorating Vapors will go off yet again. Just keep our dodge as high as physically possible. And here's the Riposte skill showing its favor. You know what? Let's Retribution again. Because it's going to continue buffing the amount of damage that Riposte does. That's basically what I'm looking for here. This is so far a decent skill. And another takedown. Brings you one step closer to your demise. What the heck are you? You haven't changed. Now you swapped to 2 bits of healing. That is certainly annoying, but thankfully for me, is effectively meaningless as we're dealing more toxin damage per round than you could possibly stop us from dealing to you.
Perched at the very precipice of oblivion.
Why is your dodge so high, and yet you still keep taking hits? Your heart will burst, but not before hers, please. We're gonna have to stop dodging for a while and heal her up at least so she doesn't die. And now, crush this soul. So close to death. Finish it off. He mutates once more.
Such a terrible assault cannot be left unanswered.
I think Abco is going to die. Or maybe not. Maybe Abco has one more chance at this. It's time to do as we normally do. Take the shot. Take the shot.
It is as grotesque in death as it was in life. Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
We're just going to see. We're going to see how lucky we can be. Is it nearby? Not at all. In fact, it's probably like right here or something similar, so we're just going to leave. We lived, though, and that's what matters. And Abco lived, and that's more important than this. More important than any treasure, as Abco will soon join the ranks of the rank 3s and can go upon the greater missions, alongside the likes of Reynolds, Bordakeen, and other such individuals. Let's see what happens here, though. Ghislaine, you gained hard-skinned, an excellent benefit. Abco, you gained paranormia. And finally joined the ranks of the veterans. And you've gained soft. Warren's adventurer was replaced in stress eater, faster, I should say. And scurvy gives you bleed, negative to bleed and move resist, which we'll have to cure. And what has transpired in my absence?
Our family name, once so well regarded, is now barely whispered aloud by decent folk.
Pippin has used meditation to achieve resistance to the forces of the material world. New quirk balanced to replace Warren's tactician, and Pippin meditated and recovered that much stress and is no longer fearful. You're cured of syphilis, you're cured of the Black Plague, meaning you could actually be used. And now let us see. Has Orlando Dagan finally appeared? I hate you so much because I tried so hard to get him into this and it still refuses. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to boost the Stagecoach network again. There. Next time around there's going to be a 6th person. Hopefully that'll actually get him in. As I don't know why he's been lost in the bloody woods for so long. We've been sending out search parties time and time again. But regardless, hope you've all enjoyed watching this episode of The Darkest Dungeon. I know I definitely enjoyed playing it, and I hope to see you all next time. If you enjoyed the video, remember to like, comment, or subscribe for it. It's a great deal. And farewell.